So let's see, access stray. What I want, huh? Not really. I wouldn't really want much powers, to be honest. The clone fights were good, back when Toonami was definitely airing them. Ichigo's nuclear gets a potential towards Kagerosa, or probably his final gets a potential for that arc, before his last remaining spiritual pressure blew away. But then again, it's filler, so it's like... But the manga having no filler, they literally just skip straight. They literally just go straight to where it was originally supposed to go, after the Aizen fight, straight to Rukia disappearing from Ichigo's sight. Part 1 Naruto soundtracks are the shit, especially the Rising Fighting Spirit. What do I want if I want in Bleach? Bleach's power level scale is good, but I'm not too big on having powers in Bleach. It's honestly less to do with powers and more to do with something else that I want than supernatural powers and abilities and stuff. There would just be no arc. There would just be no point to it, to be honest. The only reason filler exists in anime, filler only exists in anime in order to give the manga time to get far away from the anime. If the anime and manga are close to each other, then that's kind of a big problem. Both the anime and manga need to be very far from each other. The anime needs to be back, while the manga needs to be far ahead, in order for the anime to be able to progress more. If it gets close to each other, then filler is the only way. Nowadays, people don't gotta worry about it. Nowadays, people don't gotta worry about filler if they're watching, you know, animes like the OG Bleach. If it's something like Bleach that they're watching and they start watching it, and yet the OG Bleach is already completed and stuff, they don't have to worry about filler. They can practically just skip the filler if they like. Yeah, for the first time it's okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't even know about the fillers for certain animes. I've seen like practically all the One Piece fillers when I was watching back when I was catching up with One Piece halfway, and now I'm on the current, and I pretty much remember every practical filler for One Piece, for Bleach too as well, and then like there's Bout arc, which is not really my favorite. What else did we get? We had Gotei 13 invading. We had Zanpakuto Rebellion. We had a lot of filler, to be honest. Yu Yu Hakusho, I can't remember if Yu Yu Hakusho had much filler, to be honest, but Hunter x Hunter 1999 had filler. So yeah, for Black Clover, they pretty much just popped in random filler episodes out of nowhere. Because honestly, they had like the regular filler episodes with no filler arcs and stuff, which is good too. Because all the fillers started after Eye of the Midnight Sun arc. So Saint Seiya? I don't think Saint Seiya had much filler. Probably a little, but not a lot though for Saint Seiya. Oh, actually, yeah, it did. Asgard is filler. The Asgard arc in Saint Seiya is filler. My bad. Asgard arc was like, if I'm gonna choose any best filler from any anime, the Asgard arc in Saint Seiya was overall the best. If there's any anime that did fillers the best way, it was always Saint Seiya. That's one anime that knows how to do fillers so perfectly well. Yo, that is true though. I don't think they've had a single filler. I don't think they had a single filler. Like, oh, so you're on the filler arc then. You're on Saint Seiya's Asgard arc. That's the best filler arc there is. You're practically almost done with OG Saint Seiya, but mind you, you may think you're almost done, but you're not. Trust me, my friend. There's literally one more final arc, but it's separate from the original Saint Seiya. So you have like one more arc in the original Saint Seiya, and then you have one final arc that's separate from Saint Seiya. There's like Sanctuary arc. Well, technically Galaxian Wars is an arc first before Sanctuary. But Galaxian Wars, Sanctuary arc, Asgard arc is filler, but I definitely say not to skip it because it's overall the best filler arc out there. And then you got Poseidon arc, which is practically the last arc in OG Saint Seiya. And then Hades arc is the final one. Yeah, they have like separate series. The original Saint Seiya Hades arc, which is the final arc set from the original one, separate from the original one, and then after that, there's other animes like Saint Seiya Lost Canvas. Lost Canvas is a prologue, which is basically prelude to Saint Seiya mainly. It's the very beginning before the existence of Saint Seiya. It's like literally years and years and years before Saint Seiya arc. And then you got others. The one I'm watching is Saint Seiya, and that's mainly the female Saint Seiya anime that's set before Saint Seiya as well. So there's Saint Seiya, there's original Saint Seiya Hades, Saint Seiya Soul of Gold, Saint Seiya Lost Canvas, Saint Seiya, and then Saint Seiya Omega. And Omega is kind of set literally later on after Saint Seiya, so. Not technically like a gender bent version or anything like that. It's actually Saint Seiya, but it focuses on female saints. It focuses on a female main character of Saint Seiya, and these characters, that particular series, Saint Seiya, is a Saint Seiya anime before Seiya and the others come back from training. So it has 12 episodes, and it's very short, 12 episodes, and it's set before the start of the original Saint Seiya, while Seiya and them are still doing their training. Some people say to avoid that, but I'm honestly watching that because I don't really care. I want to see everything Saint Seiya related, and because for me, I finished the original Saint Seiya as well as Saint Seiya Hades, about a year ago, as well as Lost Canvas. Lost Canvas was the one I finished recently. And Lost Canvas is something I probably recommend you watch after Saint Seiya Hades, because Lost Canvas is basically set. Lost Canvas is like Bardock, the Father of Goku movie. It's kind of like the Father of Goku movie, except that it's set in a series and it's set before Saint Seiya. So if you've seen the Bardock movie, you already know what I'm talking about. Bardock movie is before Dragon Ball Z. Is literally before Dragon Ball Z. Lost Canvas is before original Saint Seiya. Yeah, they turned Shun into a woman in the Netflix adaptation for Saint Seiya. The movies are good too. I forgot to mention that too. The movies are great too. However, they are a little bit rushed, but I think my overall favorite movie was Heated Battle of the Gods. And I would definitely recommend watching Saint Seiya Overture, but I would definitely say watch the rest of the movies first before Overture. And one thing I will say is that you should watch Saint Seiya Overture after you finish all of the movies, as well as finishing Saint Seiya Hades arc, which is separate from regular Saint Seiya, because Saint Seiya Overture is a movie that's set after the Saint Seiya Hades arc. Because the original, my bad, Saint Seiya Hades arc's ending will have you questioning certain things, and that's why you're gonna have to watch Saint Seiya Overture. Then I would definitely say follow that watch order then for sure. Let's see. Let me see. Give me a sec. Hold on. Alright, have to switch on. Alright, so I wait until he gets into my range and then attack him. He's popping out the Dragoon funnels. Yeah, they have Hajime no Ippo OVAs. The one I'm actually watching right now is Hajime no Ippo Champion OVA, and that's set after the original Hajime no Ippo. So once you pretty much, or you can just follow the list. But I think the list probably show that you start the OVA after finishing the original. The movie, I don't, nah, there. Everything after the original Hajime no Ippo is all Japanese. Only one that's dubbed is the Hajime no Ippo you're watching, the original Hajime no Ippo, the fighting. Shit. Fuck. Damn it. I mean, it's easy to get the episodes all finished in, English subbed and stuff, mainly from Japan and stuff, since that's where anime originated from. But in other areas, sometimes the dub can't be fully completed for certain reasons. That's just how it is. Some OVAs, I mean, yeah, true, but some OVAs aren't always some OVAs aren't always gonna be dubbed. Sometimes certain OVAs will be subbed, and majority of OVAs are always subbed more than dubbed, to be honest. It's the same situation of why episodes for animes can't be finished in dub. In Japan, it can be finished because that's where anime originated from, but outside Japan, some voice actors will have current reasons why they can't really, have the dub completely finished. Now, if there was animes that were, and it's not only that, but it's mainly because of the fact that, and it's not only that, but it's mainly because of the fact that, animes like Hajime no Ippo or Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, long-running shonen animes aren't always going to be fully completed in dub. They'll take time and take even years to finish completely. One Piece is catching up with its dub through Wano. All the way to Egghead arc right now. Because they're finally deciding to catch up with the dub now. One Piece was late on its dub years ago. A lot of long-running shonens are late on their dub, and some shonens back then that were a classic never really finished their dub at all. They were subbed to begin with. They were Japanese to begin with. Yeah, those saves were nostalgic too, and I kind of missed them. crap, the coast is popping up here? The coast is the one that worked for Warfield. And see, this him. Oh shit. Is that the... Is that the Eternal and Archangel and freaking... Oh, wow. That's crazy. Must be Genesis over there. It is Genesis. No, wait, it's the supply station. Never mind. Okay. Oh yeah, Toonami. It's just so funny that they actually want to start dubbing things now. But the thing is that they're so late on doing things. I got my Devil May Cry data too. I managed to get it from my flash and put it on here. So I can continue on with Devil May Cry 3. Yeah, I'm not too big on Toriko. I felt Naruto should have been in there too. Shit, I would have honestly taken Ichigo. I would have honestly taken Ichigo over Goku, to be honest. But then again, I guess they wanted characters that eat a lot and stuff, and Goku, Luffy, and Toriko are mainly the only ones who like to eat. And we can't forget that the main reason of that whole tournament and stuff was to have like a full course meal after the battle and stuff. So putting in putting in Naruto probably wouldn't have done anything. I mean, yeah, Naruto loves to eat, but that's mainly ramen though. It's probably for characters who love to eat a lot. And Toriko being an anime about food, I can see why they popped it in. I don't know. I kind of lost my love for a lot of shonen anime, bro. They seem kind of mid nowadays. Some of them, not all of them, but of course I can never hate on my childhood shonen animes, but nowadays shonen are very generic and obvious these days. I started watching I've been watching so much of the anime over the years, bro, and they are just somewhat way better these days. Eminence of Shadow was like a great anime, bro. Like, it was just so perfect. Gunbuster? I think it's 80s. Guy, Not to mention the fact that a lot of those shonen animes are dick rided these days. I feel like there are a lot of other animes that deserve, you know, other seasons, like more seasons than the shonen animes these days that are getting one. Not that I'm saying Thousand Year Blood War arc for Bleach should just die and stuff. It's good and all, but like I feel like there's so much other animes that deserve such a worthier seasons and stuff. Like I wish that Index would have popped up a new season, or there could have been like a new Towaru series, you know, a new Towaru series, like focusing on a sequel to Railgun or Index or anything like that, you know, because Railgun and Index I really love when it comes to Towaru, and I feel like those deserve it a lot more, or mainly some more Gundam animes that I'd really love to see that would deserve another season or a sequel or anything. Or maybe Soul Eater or freaking Dead Man Wonderland or stuff, or anime like those, like and Mysterious Disappearances. That's another anime that deserves a season 2, and I'm still watching season 1. Mysterious Disappearances is another anime that needs a second season, because the new animes that are popping out these days are honestly something I'm enjoying more than the shonen animes. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, Dragon Ball Diamond looks like a pile of shit. Honestly, I wouldn't mind them going on. I honestly wouldn't mind them praising the new gen animes, because that depends on which new gen animes they would be talking about mainly. Then I would definitely go along with that. Because some of the old animes that we grew up with are, you know, some of them did have problems back then, and that mainly depends on the animes we'd be talking about. But some animes kind of had that, and it mainly depends on its story though. But if it's new gen animes like Demon Slayer that people would be talking about, then yeah, I can definitely disagree with those people and say that Demon Slayer isn't really the best next gen anime, because its story is a pile of shit. For one, its story is a pile of shit, and it's lackluster when it comes to story and animation and everything. So I could definitely put Demon Slayer on the ground. Not that I hate it, I still love it, but when it comes to plot, it's not the best. Not honestly the best. That and the fact that most animes I watch nowadays are just mainly have the 90s animations or the 80s, which is kind of much more better, because animes with those kind of animation have never had an animation era. I can understand Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z had animation errors most of the time in Z, despite the year that it came out, despite the year that most of the episodes were airing and stuff. Like Krillin's like instead of Krillin having the Saiyan armor on, the animators mistakenly pop in his Turtle Hermit gi instead, which is a real animation fuck up right there. If that's the way they feel, then they're probably missing out on a lot. But that's why we also have reboots. Reboots also exist in order for, you know, if they don't want to check out the old anime with the old animation and stuff, the reboots exist in order for them to at least, you know, watch that old anime, but with a much more better animation. Because there are certain animes that had the, you know, that released back in the 80s or 90s, and they get a reboot later on, years later and stuff. Like Hunter x Hunter originally started off as a 90s anime, which has beautiful aesthetics, which is beautifully animated. The 1990s version of Hunter x Hunter is amazing. And I will always prefer that one over 2011. 2011 popped up as a reboot and stuff, and it popped up as a reboot and stuff like that, and most people who start Hunter x Hunter with the 2011 version don't know shit about the 90s version because they probably don't care for the animation. But the old animation was the most greatest. Then we have the reboot for Urusei Yatsura, which is if you don't know what Urusei Yatsura is, that's an anime / manga from the same creators of Inuyasha, Rumiko Takahashi. And Urusei Yatsura also had a reboot as well. Also has a reboot too. And then another one of Rumiko Takahashi's reboots that we have now is Ranma 1/2 that we're getting soon. Ranma 1/2 reboots popping up soon, and that one was also, I think, a 90s anime or 80s one. I can't remember, but it was a very old anime back then. So reboots also exist, just in case. Reboots also exist just in case people don't want to check out the old ones. But I always prefer the 90s aesthetics of anime because they've always animated things much better back then. Even Naruto technically had a reboot too. Not that its old animation was bad or anything. The animation for Naruto went up throughout the years. It went from old animation from 2000s animation all the way to pretty much to where Shippuden ended at, all the way to Boruto technically. Because shonen animes that get that treatment start off with old animation, and the shonen animes, new animations literally start going up. So each episode or each arc that an anime gets to, the animation also upgrades too throughout those arcs. Naruto had that effect. Naruto's animation pretty much upgraded throughout part 1 Naruto. Halfway pretty much to halfway after the Chunin exams leading up to Sasuke retrieval arc. And the filler I don't want to count, but the animation did kind of upgrade all the way to that amount. But that's only because different animators animate most of the episodes for anime, so sometimes it's not by the original animator itself. Dragon Ball's animation remained the same all the way until GT. There were no upgrades for Dragon Ball's animation from Dragon Ball all the way to GT. Their animation stayed the same, but the animators were switched most of the time throughout the episodes though. So that's why most of the facial expressions, like Goku or Gohan or any of the characters, have, weird facial expressions around Cell Saga, which I did not like. And the same thing for Majin Buu. But then when Dragon Ball finally got a new set of animation, it was when they dropped the Yo Son Goku and his friends return OVA, which was set after Majin Buu Saga. And then we pretty much got the movies obviously didn't receive any animation upgrades and stuff. The movies didn't, because from Dragon Ball Movie 1, Dead Zone, all the way to Wrath of the Dragon, no animation upgrade or anything. The only difference is that it's an HD with a 16 by something aspect ratio, 16 by 3 aspect ratio, or 8 or whichever, 14 by 3, blah, blah, blah. It made it to HD by the time. Yeah, the hand-to-hand combats were definitely good, especially especially the especially the battle with Konohamaru versus Jugo. Konohamaru was ripping shreds in that episode. Actually, two, three, four, five. And then what else anime can I mention? One Piece also did the One Piece's animation also upgraded too. However, I was more a fan of the old animation of One Piece since it brought me back to the old days too. And you know, I kind of did miss the old One Piece soundtracks too. I love One Piece. One Piece upgraded its animation before we went to the Water 7 arc. So pretty much after Skypiea is where One Piece upgraded its animation. And we ended up getting an HD screen with a much bigger aspect ratio. And then One Piece upgraded its animation again as soon as we went to Marineford. And then from there on until now, its animation is fire. Bleach did the same thing too, of course. Bleach's animation, I don't want to include the fillers, but you know, whatevs. Bleach's animation pretty much went up halfway through the Arrancar arc, and now it's like perfect. Hajime no Ippo did the same too. Hajime no Ippo's animation is going to do an upgrade after the original Hajime no Ippo, after finish it, that is. Of course he evaded it. I'll sort the enemies on the bottom just in case anything happens. So I'll sorting my teammates on the bottom just in case any enemies ever pop up at the bottom. So catch a level up. Keep the rest of my teammates down here. Full Metal Alchemist is the same, and that mainly depends on which Full Metal Alchemist you're talking about, since there is two. Two Full Metal Alchemists in two movies. I don't pay attention to much of the OVAs though, but regardless of which Full Metal Alchemist, the original 2003 or 2008, whichever Full Metal Alchemist didn't, regular Full Metal Alchemist animation was the same. It never changed to begin with. And that's mainly due to its current year around the time, so. Brotherhood's animation, however, I wouldn't even call the animation an upgrade, since Brotherhood is practically a remake of the story in the original story itself. So, animes that only have about like the amount of episodes that FMA has, that they don't have time to give a full anime upgrade. Rurouni Kenshin did, and that was only at the last episode, but Full Metal Alchemist didn't upgrade its animation at all. Brotherhood isn't even an upgrade or anything. That's just a newer, I mean technically it's an upgrade, but that's just a newer series later on, so following the original story as it's intended to. Full Metal Alchemist is a shonen, but it's not a long-running shonen, so it doesn't count. Needs to be long-running shonen that have a lot of time to upgrade their animation throughout the arcs. Full Metal Alchemist isn't really long-running. Reborn is though? Katekyo Hitman Reborn? Yes it is. Technically, Full Metal Alchemist I would say is kinda too, but that one was kinda like 80 episodes around. Brotherhood was I think around 80 episodes, can't remember, but I know it wasn't up to 100. It was close, but not all the way up though. But Katekyo Hitman Reborn though is long running, and that anime also upgraded its animation, so. I knew it. That's why I kept units on the bottom. Where they at? They're coming from the bottom? That's why I kept my units on the bottom too. Because I knew it was going to be easy at first, but then they would try and pull some other bullshit. So we'll finish up the enemies over here, and then we'll head down there. I'll also go back to the ship to resupply too, so... Anything happened with me today? Not really. I went to ask my mom if I could borrow another TV. If I could, take another TV that she's not using. At first I needed to, but then I was like, fuck it, because I ended up changing the display, my display option on PS3, and I was thinking that the other TV that I'm using that I got from my grandma was ass, but it's not really ass. It's just I didn't change the display on my PS3. So I went upstairs to my mom to ask her, hey, can I get it? Like, you using this TV anymore? So like, no. Then I pretty much, then she was saying, oh, you should be able to buy a TV, right? I can't find the plug for this one, so you should be able to at least buy a TV, right? So I was like, let me just not say anything, bro. But she really trying to be an obvious fuck right now, bro, and I just said, fuck it. I was like, some words are better left unsaid. But what I was honestly gonna say was, why the fuck would I need to buy another TV when clearly there's a fucking TV upstairs that you're not using and you can literally just give that shit away to someone who needs it? So I chose to go downstairs and not say anything because it's just not worth it. You know, the moment I get in an argument with her, bro, is definitely the last time I get in an argument with her. And it's like, I've been disrespectful my whole year, bro. I had the most biggest mouth on me ever since I was a kid, bro. And I literally gave no fucks. So.
Mom's not making dinner, right? Mom's not making dinner, right?
I can see her making dinner. You going again?
$14 version.
Alright.
So you go tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, after you get back from work. You go to work tomorrow too? Huh? Alright. So I said, why the fuck when I go and buy another TV when you clearly have one you're not using anymore and you can clearly give it to me? I just said, fuck it, let me just go downstairs and not say anything, bro, because the moment I say something, bro, you know, I'm gonna keep going until I get the last laugh, and I don't want to. Well, I'm not going through anything. I mean, I don't feel pissed about it or anything. I'm not really going through anything bad. That's just something I deal with for years and shit, and I just don't give a fuck. Remember, I don't give any absolute fucks, so it's no problem for me. Because I've been dealing with it for years, so it's no problem for me. Like I said, I'm gonna move out soon, so I'm not gonna stay here forever though. As long as I got my PC, my games and shit like that, and nobody's bothering me, I don't give a fuck how she acts. I don't give a fuck if she wants to criticize me or whichever, bro. She can criticize me until she's dead, man, and I still wouldn't be. I don't need to waste my time with that enemy. She can criticize me until me or her or whoever is that it still wouldn't bother me. As long as I got my PC and stuff and I'm able to do what I want, I don't give a rat's ass. Makes no difference to me. Told you, it's hard as fuck in this world. Parents only say it's easy and shit to do stuff. Parents put you down with words and say dumb shit only because they think it's only because back in their time it was easy for them to do certain stuff. But nowadays, in this kind of year, with, you know, different things and new things in life and stuff, it's not easy as it was back then for everyone's parents. Parents can only say that it's easy because of how it was for them back then. But this is a newer generation of things, you know. Later on, it's a newer generation of things, so it's not easy as they think it is. That's why I don't have any room or any time in general. That's why I don't really need to waste my time in general arguing with my mother, because it's useless to. They think it's so easy, so they can say what they want. That's why I'm not going to take the time to argue back with her. I don't feel the need to. I let them think what they want. They think just because they're adults that they know everything. I'm an adult too, bro, but you don't see me flapping my mouth all the time, bro. Everyone is different in this world. Some people can live a good life and stuff because of how far they've come, but not everybody is the same. That's why when I get life advice, from someone, I'd rather it not be my own mother. And I'd rather it not be anyone who's gone farther in life and stuff. I'd rather it be from someone who actually started off from scratch and started off, in a bad position and worked his way up to the top and stuff. Those who are actually born a genius could never understand and shit, which is why I don't try to talk to them at all. It's such a foolish generation. It's such a foolish generation we live in, bro, where things just get even harder. I feel bad for the next generation years later on because they're gonna deal with harder shit later on. This isn't even the beginning. It continues until the very end. I mean, think about it. We're born into a world where we gotta do something with our lives and do it 24/7, 24 hours. Do it every day, 24 hours until we're dead. That's what I hate. It's like it literally costs money just to breathe in this world. Well, I wouldn't say that much is bad. It mainly depends on if anyone's actually been in that situation. I haven't, because I've met my mama's boyfriend. He's a nice person. But yes, I totally get what you mean though. So I remember there was this one crazy fuck in our family, and I nearly got into a fight with his ass, so I totally understand that. That's why I say nowadays you can't trust anybody in this world. Before you know it, your own parents will betray you, and then you'll have nobody else to trust. Your whole family will do the same thing. That's why sometimes family isn't trustworthy either. Even if they say it and stuff like that, they really aren't. If my mother didn't give a fuck, she would have kicked me out right away. I'm gonna jump this motherfucker so badly. I cannot wait to jump this motherfucker. I cannot wait. I love that soundtrack, bro. I love that sound, bro. One more and I'll be on the Gundam Seed Destiny, my overall favorite Gundam series. Next to Zeta and Gundam X.